What I keep telling you is that the problem of Uganda, maybe even other African countries, is an organic problem. It's not just isolated. You must take the whole society together. The starting point is Kulambala. Kulambala is a Soga word meaning to sleep. And in Acholi we call it Nino Matek. This is what I saw 1959 when I came from my village, which was sleeping, Tumbarara, for the first time. You found people there living the traditional way, growing food and eating it, not understanding how to make money. This was the big problem for the whole population. Sleeping. The Bagwere, they have a very, very nice version of Bantu. They call it Okorera Ekida Kyonka. I love that Bantu version. You know, these Bantu dialects and the Nilotic dialects, they are the same, but somebody brings something in a slightly different way. So the Bagwere say, Okorera Ekida Kyonka. Only working for the big stomach. For them, they don't say stomach no more. They say Ekida. So this is the biggest problem, which you must address, you as leaders. I had a better saying that you are now graduating from youth leaders. You are going to be other leaders. Yes, that's good, but I would also like you to be wealth creators. Because I don't like leaders who have no wealth. Because what are you going to lead? Because when you lead, you speak for something. I speak for traders because I am a trader. That's why I'm a leader. I speak for the farmers because I am a farmer. And I'm a leader who knows about farming. So I come to speak about farming. I speak for manufacturers because I'm a manufacturer. But you are doing nothing, and you say you are leading. Leading where? What are you? What are you saying? What are you saying? Because we are talking about society. Society, how society should live. So what jurisdiction, what testimony do you have for other people? What problems are you bringing? So, the starting point is waking up the people near you, your family, because that's what I did when I was, even before I was a youth, when I was a teenager, that's what I started doing. Starting with my family to wake them up, using what I saw in Mbarara, the government stock farm, because there was a government stock farm there, which was doing things in a modern way. But we, in Ntungamo, only 40 miles away, we didn't know. We were doing things in our old ways. But there was a government farm there. Examples were there. But there was nobody to connect the examples with us. Because I knew everybody, I knew all the households. I never heard of anybody who was copying what the government experimental farm was doing in Mbarara. So this is problem number one. Now, according to the census of 2014, they pointed out again that 68% of the homesteads were still sleeping. Kulambara, Nino, that they were still Okorera, Echida, Chonka. That's where the problem is. Youth, what? Youth of what? So stop just talking. Yeah? A modern youth must take part in waking up. Don't mind my kachai banange. The modern youth must get involved in waking up your family first, your village, your area, and yourself. This is what you must do. But that's what I did. When I came to Raitura, 1967, after my A level, the idea was to buy that land, use it to educate those sleeping Banyankore. Sleeping, talking, what? Yeah. People are going to the moon. America, you can imagine, 1968, Americans were going to the moon. But the Banyankore were Korra Echida Chonka. How can we have it like that? We are leaders, we are what? No. This is just a mockery. A leader of what? Of people who are sleeping. They should call you a co-sleeper. They shouldn't call you a leader, because you are sleeping. People are sleeping. You are doing nothing. So really, this is the starting point. Where you come from, start with your family. Let those people wake up and stop. And the other time when I moved around, I gave you this booklet. All the leaders, I addressed all the leaders in the zones, and I gave them the booklet. The 4 sectors are there for money. Because you're talking about poverty. Poverty, the medicine for poverty is money. Those are the tablets. Tablets for poverty is money. That is the aspirin. Aspirin for poverty is money. And money, enough money. And you remember what we said? Stop Okorre Echida Chonka. Teach me each keken. Marach. Work for money. But where do you get money? What is the address of money? The 4 sectors. Either commercial agriculture or industries, small and big, or services. The services have been hit by this virus because the services were borders, transport, restaurants, hair salon, me, my hair salonist is Mama Janet. The other services is telephone. The telephones are under ICT or what? It can be both. So then ICT. So therefore, you challenge the youth. Which address have you gone to? Or do you intend to go to? Do you want to go to commercial agriculture? Or do you want to go to small scale industries? Or do you want to go to services? Or ICT? You can't just be there. I'm youth. Where are you going? Where do you want to go? And how can we help you? So those in commercial agriculture, in this booklet, on page 3, assuming that your family has only 4 acres, by land fragmentation. Ignorance. When somebody dies, then all the children come, they fragment the land that they are inheriting. So because of that, I said, okay, if you have already fragmented the land and you only have 4 acres, on page 7, page 3 there, I advised you. Then you do coffee, fruits, one of the food crops, 0 grazing for cattle, for milk, poultry, pigs, and fish farming. That is agriculture. So there is money for NADS, Operational Wealth Creation, in the villages there. There is the youth fund, which Tungwebas was talking about. There is the women fund. So please, access. Now we have added the other Emyoga fund. Emyoga is because even the ancient Banyankore were more organized than our people today, because Umuoga, each one had Umuoga. Traditionally, you are either a cattle keeper or a crop person or a blacksmith. If you are a blacksmith, they know that family, they are blacksmith. They do no other work, they concentrate on blacksmith. Other people grow food and bring it to them, and then they give them blacksmith products. That's what Umuoga means. That's why I brought that word, Umuoga. Umuoga is a specialization. Blacksmith, or these ones of clay, making clay pots, or carpentry. All those were the specialization traditionally. But now you have somebody, he has nothing, he's just there. And that's why we are saying, no, you must belong to or target to belong to one of the activities. And if it is agriculture, we have advised you how to handle it. Now, if you don't want to go into agriculture, then maybe, especially those who are educated, the school graduates, even if you did swaswa or psychology, or you did a degree in Latin, you can imagine. Somebody can qualify in Latin, he speaks around sanctum sanctum. That was part of the problem of our Muslim children. Because some of these groups would take our Muslim children and teach them Arabic. Only Arabic. So they come back, they have no jobs. So they would sit in the mosque, start what? Talking, hoping for miracle wealth. And that's how many of them ended up joining ADF, that ADF group. It was those children who had no skill. The ADF is the terrorist group which is in Congo, which was joined mainly by our Muslim children because of that lack of skill of what to do. So whatever you did, whether you did Swaswa, whether you did Latin, whether you did Shakespeare, that Shakespeare said this, what? Okay, thank you very much. You have remembered what Shakespeare said, but what are you going to eat? We now say, form, and that's where the youth, Nachuara and Kasoro, the man of microfinance, they can form manufacturing associations. Like for instance, there are some of the youth I have given maize meals. Okay, you have formed a group, I gave you a maize meal. It's produce maize flour, but also it's produce animal feeds. Because we are importing animal feeds. We are putting animal feeds. And there's now too much maize. There's too much maize. Because you know, the Baganda say, Adinga na maulu agajamu mukuto. But when you keep eating, they call it leftovers, but mahoro is good. Me, I like cold food. That when you keep eating it, eventually you get satisfied. So, because of talking, there is some limited ajo. Do we have an artist here? What is ajo? Sleeping? No, I mean waking up. Akwenyu is waking up. No, so there is now limited akwenyu. There is some limited akwenyu. Some of your people have woken up. It's not too much, but a little waking up. Now, that waking up has already generated a lot of products. Has generated a lot of coffee, 7 million bags. From 2 million bags. Fortunately for coffee, the external market is big, so we never get okudiba. We never get no buyers. They buy. But the youth should form association and add value to that coffee. Instead of the coffee just going as a raw material, they should add value to it. So these Swaswas, they can form a group and they come to Nachuara and they say, we want to form a coffee roasting. Maybe you start with roasting, which may be easier. Later on you can add other levels of processing. Because now the raw material is big, it's there now. Some of your people have woken up a bit. Some Akwenyu, some limited Akwenyu. Then you come to so that by the time you cover all maize flour, both for local but also for export, animal feeds for import substitution, but maybe also to export to other countries, how many people, how many youth will be employed, and how much money will they generate? Then you go to shoemaking. Shoemaking, I'm going to start an industry for leather tanning using the funds of Nachovi, so that you have all the leather here, all the skins and hides of your cows. We are going to start at Kaumu processing leather, so that all the people who want to make shoes, you go and look at the imports. How much money are the shoes taking? And leather products. I haven't checked, but it's quite a bit of money. So that then some of the youth go into the shoemaking associations. You own it. You borrow money, those revolving funds, you borrow money, you use and pay back slowly to the revolving fund. Then you come to we attracted abattoirs, modern abattoirs here. People want factories. Actually, there's a factory on Ginger Road, on Bomber Road. It's not working now because they built the abattoir to slaughter cows. The cows are there, but they are scattered. General Moses Ali, one of the rich people in Uganda, can supply I don't know how many bulls in a year. And he's one of the big ones. Me, I'm not a very poor man. I can supply 2,000 bulls in a year. But the factory needs 400 bulls per day. So me, one of your richest people can only supply the factory for 5 days. So, very simple, but the cows are 14 million cows. If you multiply 400 bulls by 365 days, I think when I calculated it, it was 146,000 bulls in a year for that factory. And with 14 million cows, normally you can slaughter 20% in a year. That's 2.8 million cows. So the cows actually are there, but they are not consolidated. They are not. Nobody has entered the business of gathering them. So that's why I have told some of the youth, do bull fattening. You can calculate it. If there are 4 abattoirs, one on Bombo Road, one I hear the Chinese are building another one in Shara. The Iranians were also talking about another one. Even if there were 3 or 4 abattoirs, how many groups of youth who can buy the bulls, fatten them, and then feed these factories, it will create quite a bit of jobs, but also solve a problem which is very easy to solve. So, to do with maize, bull fattening, then you get like cassava now. With Archbishop Odama, we are producing a lot of cassava in the north. So, what will happen to that cassava? To produce the flour, produce the starch from the cassava, produce the gas. That cassava can also produce gas for cooking. So that line, you take it. How many activities do we need out of cassava? And so on. Then you have our people in the north are growing a lot of simsim. But I hear that you even import simsim to Japan. Can you imagine? Simsim goes as simsim to Japan. Because it's very nice, the oil is good. But why don't you get the oil out yourself? The youth, they form an association. And we give them support to extract the oil from the simsim and export the oil. And even get byproducts out of the oil, because that oil must be producing something here, something there, something there. Then you go to furniture. Furniture. At one time they were importing even furniture from Dubai. Can you imagine? We in the forest were importing furniture from the desert. That shows you how clever the Africans are. Highly, very clever people. I don't think there's anybody who's more clever than Africans. To find that people in the forest are buying from the ones in the desert, buying furniture. I had one of the people who was here, I quarreled with him. He bought this from China. Can you imagine? So you are all Chinese here. Carpets, what? So, let these school leavers, university leavers, these Swaswas and psychology people, you now go and study the psychology of business. Because I asked somebody, say, you have studied psychology, what will you do? He said he will get a job in prisons. And he can look at prisoners and not the one who wants to escape. So then I said, but how many prisons do we have in Uganda? So how many psychologists can we employ? So please, this is the second line. The fish farming. I have done a fish pond at Kaumu. Fish ponds. I have got, my people have 4 fish ponds in 1 acre. And they tell me they are earning 68 million shillings from those 4 acres. There is a project by the Ministry of Environment in Limoto swamp in Parisa, Budaka. They are earning quite a bit of money. So all those rivers in Busoga, the swamps in Busoga, in Parisa, in Bukedi, in Teso, Lango is full of swamps. The Nairo Valley, that Nairo Valley. We can build big industries of fish farming by having fish ponds. So we have groups, like a group of 10 people, 10 youth. They own one fish something, another one there, another one there, another one there. And fish has got a big market. abroad. It isn't. It is in such big demand in Japan, in America. They buy the fish. So please, the Nachiwara, now you plan for these people of yours to wake up and join, because now if they join maize milling, that means they have gone to the sector of industry. If they go to vegetable oil extraction, shoemaking, that's now fish farming is like agriculture. Fish farming, agriculture. But so you can calculate how many. And when you make the fish ponds, you don't put them in the center of the swamp. You can actually persuade the people who are growing rice in the swamp to get out of the swamp. The youth, they do on the periphery of the swamp. They will get much more money than what they are getting from rice and mayuni, these yams, which are also destroying the environment. So please, let's get these youth to be involved in wealth creation, really, and we assist them. Now, politically, use your voice. I've seen the money, the Myoga 256 billion, which they put there, NADS 300 billion, Women Fund, this. If we need more money, you are in Parliament, mobilize and we demand more money from Parliament. Stop all this foreign travel where you squander a lot of money. COVID has helped me, none of you is traveling. And that's why the shilling is gaining. Because you have been squandering our dollars. Now you can't travel, the shilling, in spite of tourism stopping, in spite of the remittances from Ugandans not coming, but the shilling is gaining now. Why? Because you have stopped squandering the money. You are no longer traveling. So all that money, if we need more money for the youth, we can get it. We can get it. Demand it. And the Kasoro, I was looking at the program. Kasoro has done it well now because he has said that let the Myoga be constituency based. Initially we had said it should be at the district. But I think when they analyzed it, they said the district was too far, that the constituency was better, that the circle for the different Myoga, for the hair salon people in the constituency, for the food vendors, for this one, should be at the constituency with branches in the parish. That's fantastic. So now, that means the whole population wakes up and get involved in wealth creation. Now, that will now intensify the problem we have now of a lot of coffee, a lot of bananas, a lot of but then we have got solutions. In the manifesto, you will see the solutions I am putting forward. So therefore, my message on this occasion is please get out of sleeping, all of us. And number two, go to one of the addresses. Stop wasting time talking. You are just you are not impressing anybody, especially me, because I am a former youth. I am here. You are talking to a former youth who started youth activities when I was 14. So what are you telling me? You are telling me what I know very well. But I know how you can be a useful youth, and I have also seen useless ones. I have seen both. Now, on the services there, you have the transport, tourism. When the time comes for that, I have started some groups in Kasese for them to build tourism camps to have tents, have what. That is also another line. Later on, you can have youth going to climb Mount Lorenzo, working with the mountaineering clubs. Now, on the side of social services, on the social issues, one of the issues I think the youth should help us with is the issue of school charges, of from the parents. And I tried to say, but why do you do this? Oh, they say they can afford. But recently, me, I was not convinced, because even when I'm addressing a rally, you see the ones who are a bit fatter in the audience are the ones who say they can afford, the ones who are like Mpaka here. They are the ones who say they can afford. Then the thin ones, no, we cannot afford. So, which is which now? Which is which? And the other time when I made a tour, I said, you resolve this, you tell us, because I don't want to start unnecessary wars. Because it seems some of the groups want to get money from the families. Want to get money from the families, they want to do local business, school feeding, I don't know what, because they want to supply. Now, then so that issue must be resolved. You, the youth, you should take. The other day, I read a document by one of your former youth, Bill Maso, who used to be a member of parliament. He wrote something about something, and I found it seems that some of the families are suffering because of those school fees. So let's resolve it. I don't want double language. These are saying this, the other one are saying the other one, which is which. So therefore, we can say many things about the youth, but my first thing, please engage in wealth creation. Now, I'm very happy to be with my daughter, Malango, from Equatorial Guinea, but forget about Equatorial Guinea, you are now here. So, and our other daughter from Ghana, she's informing us that she's a veranda girl. You know, when Nkrumah formed his party, the Convention People's Party, CPP, it was joined by those people there, the smaller people, the smaller people in the town. And then the other rich people formed another party, which was against Nkrumah. So she's telling us that she's one of they were called veranda boys. Boys who, I think, who had no houses, or they were staying in the verandas or something like that. So she's saying that she's a veranda girl, and she's very proud that she came up. So I thank you so much for the program. Thank you so much, and these people should give you a clap. Now, I'm also surprised to see Stanbic Bank here, because, you know, in Christianity, I think even in Islam, they say that when you repent your sins, there's a chance you may go to heaven. This Stanbic Bank, they specialize in overcharging people. Interest 20%, I don't know what. So now I am supposed to see our daughter here. I have not seen her. We talked on the phone the other time. So I'm happy to see you here. So what are you doing here? Are you coming as a Christian or as what? So you want to, because really 20%, who can pay 20%? Why? So you come and tell me how you have repented. Come, let me hear what you are saying. Go to the microphone.
Your Excellency, thank you very much for this opportunity. I am very pleased to be here. I wanted to set the record straight that our purpose as Stanbic Bank, we say that Uganda is our home and we drive her growth. Part of that is working with partners to solve Uganda's problems. And this is one of the reasons that we say that the solutions to Uganda's problems lie within us. And this is why we are choosing to partner with the UNDP to be able to provide a solution to the youth. And the solution is 3 ways. I feel like I'm in an exam. The first one is creating a platform where the youth with ideas, because the Ugandan youth have ideas and they are willing to work, they just haven't been given a platform. So creating a platform for the youth with ideas to come and express those ideas, that's number 1. Number 2, providing capital for the youth to start. The average Ugandan business dies before its 3rd birthday. If that business is a youth business, the lifespan is even shorter. So we have come up as Stanbic Bank to create capacity and skills for these youth. So what we are going to do, we have set up an incubator farm where we train these youth and Ugandan-owned businesses with good governance, business skills, and even technical skills so that they can compete. And the third, which is also very important, Your Excellency, is we are providing funding at a lower rate. I'm pleased to report that our prime lending rate at Stanbic Bank is 16%. However, for this youth initiative, that rate comes down lower. We are going to lend to this initiative low at 14%. So that is the... I was hoping you'd clap for me. So it is still... Really? Even 14%?
You come and sit down and give her a cup of tea so that I care about people. 14 is high, please. What you should do, although of course I think you are going to go bankrupt eventually, because your business is to make money from traders who go to China, turn us into a market. But we are not going to stop that, because we are going to encourage local manufacture and then block the Chinese imports. Once we make the shoes here, like we are going to, no more shoes. Once we make the carpets, no more carpets. So I think in the end you will go bankrupt, but I wish you good luck. Because you make money by lending to traders. So I think for you, you should find a way where you still have your traders now, because they are not yet extinct. Get 18% from them, because they can manage. Somebody who's bringing carpets, even 20% he can afford. But the youth, for you to pray for you that you go, for me to pray for you that you go to heaven. When you reach 12%, then I will say, you forgive my daughter what she did in the past with the South Africans. Because that was our bank, which I gave them. It is Uganda Commercial Bank. I give it to them thinking that they will run it better. They will. Now they are. So I forgave you. I forgot about you and Katonda Jari. So thank you very much, people. Congratulations on your day. I want to congratulate the Lilian Aber group for their good service. Stand up and they see you, the Lilian Aber group. There they are. The other girl from Bukunja, she's. All these fellows, I know them, all of them. Thank you. What happened to the Toru Mukonjo? Huh? Oh, he's in the youth league. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. We just beg a minute of your time. You just witnessed the two cows representing the other districts receiving the checks. Yes, the cows come in front and PS arrange the dummy checks for us. And then thereafter, Your Excellency, you'll sign to launch this innovation program of the UN. Your work, Your Excellency, is to see. Since you can't touch this, you should prove that you have seen and you have witnessed. So this is the Serere, Aroa, our default. This is Serere. This is money we gave to the youth and which money came back and which we are now giving more youth. So, Yala Manoi. Thank you. Then, this is a dummy check from the UN, UNDP. It is going to the successfully appraised and qualifying groups of 147 million, and it's being received by the chairperson of the Youth Council. Thank you, UNDP. And then finally, sir, is to seek your my apologies. So this goes to Chap Chap. Chap Chap is a digital platform, Your Excellency. I know about them. They're involved in e-commerce innovations. So they will be received by the outgoing, as she said, president of the young people, Madame Abe. Thank you. And finally, sir, to sign on the dummy there, and then we launch the Youth for Business Innovation and Entrepreneurship Facility, which will help mainly the digital innovators. And Madame Abe is requesting for a scientific picture of the Youth Council with Your Excellency.
Can we all rise up to sing? Can we rise up to sing the anthems in reverse order, please?
Well, that marks the nation address of His Excellency the President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni as we're marking the International Youth Day. Part of the